Hi, my name is Nick Heflin, and this is my presentation on gun control. Guns have been a part of American history since the colonists settled. People enjoy using guns for a variety of different reasons, whether it's from sport or for personal security. Firearms have always been dangerous. They're extremely deadly. People today now wonder whether gun control laws will have to be implemented to stop the violence. People can use guns for good or for bad. A father and son can be using a gun on a hunting trip, where a criminal may use a gun to rob a bank. The problem is not the gun, but the person who uses the gun. People are beginning to believe that making guns no longer available would help bring down the gun-related violence. The New York Times states, "It is a moral outrage that civilians can legally purchase weapons designed specifically to kill people with brutal speed and efficiency." People are upset at how guns are handled and how many gun-related deaths there are. According to studies done in Washington, it is past time to stop talking about halting the spread of firearms and instead reduce their number. Reducing the amount of guns available, people would believe would slow down or stop gun-related kills. Others say that even if you reduce guns, the killers who carry out mass shootings can still receive guns. Guns are already sold illegally, so it would not be hard for somebody to find and purchase one. While there were early laws regulating weapons, the U.S. Constitution's Second Amendment gave citizens the right to bear arms. People believe we should live in this country the way the Founding Fathers wanted us to. These people believe that they should be able to own guns for protection and for sport. They are people who support and are against gun control, but the bottom line is there's a problem with mass killings and senseless deaths. Some people believe that we should start making smart guns, but only for people who are authorized to use them. If others make smart guns for people, it will keep everyone a lot safer. The smart guns will only work for people who have correct training and are authorized to use the gun. David Brawley, a journalist from the New York Times, said, "Let's give gun manufacturers an incentive to make more smart guns and allow fewer guns into the hands of criminals. Not only will this help stop the shooting of other people, but also will stop the number of suicides that happen. If they have smart guns, then people will not be able to shoot other people or themselves anywhere, especially on large surfaces such as college campuses." Gun control advocates say allowing guns on campus would heighten risk for suicide and accidental shootings. There are a lot more shootings in college campuses than there used to be, unless the smart guns could be able to fix this from happening. Gun control is an act that is trying to be passed by the government for our safety. If gun control is implemented, it will not affect the outcome of the number of mass shootings in this country. If somebody has the intention to walk into an area filled with innocent bystanders and start shooting at random, they will continue to find a way to do that, whether it is illegal or not to obtain guns. If guns are made illegal in America, the availability of them to citizens will not go down. Guns will still be available to anybody who tries to buy them. It most severely victimizes those who need weapons for self-defense. With citizens being defenseless against these mass shootings, it makes them much more susceptible to being a target for these people. In past shootings, the majority happened in schools, movie theaters, or malls, where it's almost a guarantee that nobody will be there to shoot back at them. A reporter from the Washington Post says, "I want to have a gun in the house to protect myself, to protect the people I'm with. There are people that want the added security to their everyday lives. Therefore, gun control laws should be cut back. The government is trying to take this protection away from them. Citizens want a gun because it makes them feel more powerful and more able to protect everybody around them. If unharmed, one feels helpless in these situations." Dating back to an incident in Texas where a gunman was killing innocent strangers of their community, they were considerably aided, in Ramiro Martinez's opinion, by several dozen students and passerby who did not take cover, but instead ran to their vehicles and brought back hunting rifles. There is proof of giving citizens guns being beneficial not only in stories like this, but also in other incidents where guns have been present. Gun control has been enforced in other places around the world, and there are many different outcomes through them all. Gun control laws have been interpreted in two ways to certain citizens. There are many reasons behind both, but one that stands out is the failure rate of gun control laws in other countries. This act has not worked in the past. Why would it work for America today? In the United Kingdom, gun control is very heavily monitored and maintained throughout the entire country in an attempt to cut down crime. Almost all handguns are banned from civilian possession, ownership, purchase, or sale in the United Kingdom as a result of the Second Firearms Act of 1997. The gun control laws in other countries have not turned out the best, but in fact have done the exact opposite of what they are supposed to do. In March of 2009, 28-year-old Michael McClendon shot 10 people dead in a spree that covered 3 counties of Alabama. Gun control was immediately revived in national debates in a situation like this where gun laws were implemented. Yet a young man was still able to obtain a gun and go around shooting innocent bystanders. This gets the question stirring as to if it doesn't work in a place like this, why would it work for America? Do you have any questions?
Do you think that the administrators in public schools should be allowed to conceal weapons?
I do actually think that should be a thing. I think certain individuals within the school who are properly trained should be able to have a weapon concealed without anybody knowing. That way, in time of emergency, such as a school shooting, that they can be able to protect themselves and everybody around them.